Hey, good folks. Thank you for tuning in. Again, as always, I'm excited to be here with you. I'm Sylvester Warren with Warren Financial Solutions. As always, my whole role for this YouTube channel is to bring about financial literacy and to find ways to help you create generational wealth. Because for me, it's about financial independence, financial freedom, and financial empowerment. All right? So today, I want to talk to you about legitimize your hustle. I want you to legitimize your hustle. A lot of people, I see them, they got these side hustles going on, they're moonlighting. Those things are great. But if you don't do it right, you don't structure it right, you don't turn it into a legitimate hustle, get your LLC corporation, get your tax structure right, get your business form right, get your marketing and your advertising right, guess what? You're not gonna be able to get the full benefit of that hustle. And don't get me wrong, I love people hustling, but let me help you turn that thing into a legitimate money maker. It's structured right, and you will be amazed at the benefits if you set your company up right. Another thing, I saw so many people when COVID hit. And don't get me wrong, COVID was an awful thing for our country and other countries as well. But people missed out on a lot of money because what? Their side hustle was not legit in the form of the government, in the state, in the city, in the county. Therefore, a lot of grant money, a lot of money they couldn't qualify for. They couldn't get the ARPA money, they couldn't get the PPP loans in some cases because of not being structured. Okay, that behind us, let's get down to business. What are some things that you need to know when it comes down to structuring and legitimizing your hustle? It's all about business structure, right? Do you want to be an LLC? Do you want to be a sole proprietor? Are you going to have partners, or you can set up a partnership? If you want a corporation, what type of corporation? You need an S corp. If you're going to do a corporation, what happens is it helps you on the tax benefits as it relates to a corporation. You're going to love the benefits of having a corporation. The next thing you want to do, you want to focus on the foundation of starting a business. Many people know the basics, right? But they don't get into the details. They don't tell you that you need to structure your hustle to legitimize it in these different forms. Then they don't tell you about your articles of incorporation. They don't tell you about your operating agreement. These are the things that you need, so when you go down to the bank and you're talking about opening up a bank account and you have a business name, the first thing they're going to ask you for is your article of incorporation, right? If you got a partnership, what you need is an operating agreement. Nobody tells you these things. An operating agreement is important. Why, Sylvester? Why do you need an operating agreement? Because if you have partners, right, just in case we verbally say something, I verbally say what my role is, you verbally say what your role is, you verbally say what you're going to contribute, I verbally say what I'm going to contribute, you verbally say what your takeout is going to be, my takeout. Guess what? People are human, they forget, they can't remember, but an operating agreement, it details everything that we agree on. So if there's a misunderstanding, somebody forget, we go back to the operating agreement, and that ends up being the Bible as it relates to what each person's role is, what they're supposed to get, their percentage rates. And you can have as detailed as you like. One of my operating agreements with some business partners that I have, we even got it detailed down to how people can be removed from the business if they do something like outlandish. And also, in the event of my death or their death, what is supposed to happen to their portion of the company. So operating agreement with the partners is extremely important. Extremely important. Don't let nobody fool you about that. You got to get your business license, right? One of the big things we saw when COVID hit and they were giving out the city and county grants, you had to go get that county and that city business license. It's important to have. It further legitimizes you in the eyes of the local government. And you got to get an EIN number. As human beings, guess what we have? We have a social security number. It represents us as an individual. Well, this would be considered your social security number for your business. It's called an EIN number, employer identification number, right? The next important thing is to make sure you set up bank account and to make sure that you set up enough bank accounts depending on what type of business you have so that it's structured right. I I got something that's called Trimaco. I don't want to get into that in this particular video, but it talks about 5 different bank accounts that I would recommend that you open. But just on a basic level, you need at least 2 accounts. You need one for your revenue and operating, that can be together, and you definitely need a separate account for your taxes. So that way the money is not in one pot together. When it's time to pay the IRS, that money is already sitting over there, and all you have to do is cut them a check. The last person you want to be in a bad fix with is the IRS. Trust me. The next thing is work on setting up that business credit. It's called a Duns and Bradstreet number, right? And that's important because that reports to the credit bureau, and that's how you begin to establish business credit, where you can get things in your name, business credit cards, company equipment, cars, trucks, whatever the case may be. You can put these things in your name. Most important, cover yourself, right? You need insurance, right? That's your umbrella. If it was raining, you don't want to get wet, you get your umbrella, you put it over you, it blocks the rain from coming over and wetting you all up. Insurance does similar when it comes to business. It protects what? Your business and your assets. Very important. Now, let's talk a few seconds about tax and accounting. How you need to be set up. Your business tax structure and returns, right? It all depends. You know, most people are gonna get a 1040, right? If you're an independent contractor, which we're gonna talk about that here in a second, then you're gonna do a 1099, right? And if you're an employee or you are getting some type of money as an employee, then you know, of course, you know, you get a W-2. We talk about what type of tax deductions. It is so important. It is so important. And I may need to back up for a second. When it comes to taxes, don't be trying to figure this out yourself. If you didn't go to school for this, if you have not had any extensive training about taxes, there's no cheap way out of this. Get you a bookkeeper or get with you a CPA. I cannot stress the importance of having that person on your team. They will show you what all tax deduction you qualify for. You can write everything off. There's nothing you can't write off, right? And then whether or not you're an independent contractor, whether or not you got employees, the accountant, the bookkeeper will help you set that up to make sure that your structure is right, so the IRS is not on your back. You're paying taxes, you're paying people what they owe, and you're making sure that those filings are taking place. And last but least, marketing. You gotta market. The cheapest way to market is social media, Facebook or Instagram. People, again, legitimize your hustle. If you have any trouble with any of this, my company, One Financial Solution, we're also a business coaching company and a financial coaching company. We have services that you can pay for, that we offer turnkey services for all of these things, right? At a heck of a rate that will put you in the game and help you to legitimize your hustle. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video. Get with One Financial Solution. We will get you to the next level. We believe in leveling up and believe in setting you up in such a way that we will help you to scale your business so that you can be financially independent and that you can create generational wealth for you and your family. God bless you and thanks.